All right, hi everyone. So we're going to start looking back at the lab that we started yesterday. So what I did yesterday is I took the gummy bears, I put them in some water. Hopefully you wrote a hypothesis, which would go on page 2, a day 1 hypothesis of what you think would happen when we did that. So it should have been written as an if-then statement. So you'd say something like, if we soak the gummy bears in water for 24 hours, then they would do whatever you think they're going to do. The other thing you were supposed to do yesterday is at the top of page 3, right here with this little chart, is you were supposed to record the beginning mass of the gummy bears. So the beginning mass of the gummy bears was 13.1 grams. So I put it in there. Okay. So the next thing we do when we come back today is we're going to drain the gummy bears and actually get the mass of them now. So I'm just going to tilt the camera for a second. There they are. They have gotten a lot bigger. I'm going to put them on the triple beam balance and get the mass for you. No, I don't always have a triple beam balance at home. I brought it home because I knew I was going to do this lab. So let me put them on there. And I'll get the mass really quickly, and then we can all record it, right? So okay. So they have a greater mass, which is what we would expect by quite a bit. All right, so after now that we've soaked them for 24 hours, their mass is 27.2. So on your lab here in the middle space there, you should be writing 27.2 grams, and I'm doing it right now also. So a lot of you sent me questions saying, we don't have gummy bears. How are we supposed to do this? You're not. I'm doing it, so you don't have to do it. I'm not going to ask you to go out and buy anything. I know nobody's supposed to be going anywhere, so don't worry about that. I won't ask you to do anything like that. Okay? All right, so the next step for us is if you look on that same, the page before, there is a day 2 hypothesis. So what I'm going to do now with these gummy bears is I'm going to put them back in water, but this time I'm going to put them into really salty water, like super salty water. So now you're going to write an if-then statement again. So if we soak the gummy bears in very salty water, then whatever you think would happen. So you're making a guess, a hypothesis, right? So do that today as well. The other thing you can start to do is answer the analysis questions. So question number 1 says, what happened to the bears when placed in tap water and why? So you should know the answer to that now. We know what happened to their mass. You should be able to say why. So you want to answer that in a couple of sentences, right? We will come back to this tomorrow and see what happens to the gummy bears after we put them in salt water, what they look like. Okay, so just to recap, today you'll be recording the mass after soaking, which again was 27.2 grams. You'll be doing a day 2 hypothesis, and you can do question number 1 under analysis questions. Okay, and then tomorrow we'll finish up this lab.